Lord have mercy. Ride or die.
Ride or die to me is a person that is just always reliable, the person that keeps everybody encouraged, everybody inspired, the person that carries everybody's burdens on their shoulders.
Church. Ride or die.
That's a ride or die to me.
A ride or die is someone that's loyal, someone that will put their self last and put everyone and everything before themselves.
Ride or die.
Ride or die in 20s or in my 40s? Because in my 20s I was making visits and getting up at 3 in the morning, going to Columbus Circle and putting money on the bus.
That bus.
Oh
Jesus.
my God, that
With all the crying babies.
Where you went? Using green?
Green.
Using cat tacky?
Coxsackie. Don't say it's Coxsackie.
No, it's cat tacky.
Green. 59th Street, getting on there, getting strip searched, everything. All for what? Because I'm riding or dying?
Because you riding or dying.
That's my 20s.
And putting everybody's.
Ride or die in my 40s is different. Like, my ride or die in my 40s is a whole different situation.
What's your ride or die now?
Okay, so not too long ago, we was coming through the Highland Tunnel. All right? We usually leave the weed in the house. Mm-hmm. This time, I want my son to smoke it. Me and my husband.
Okay.
I ain't want my son to smoke it up. Gotta call my aunts in the hospital. We taking it to car. We go through the tunnel. We see the cops come out. But we thinking they for some other motherfuckers, not for us.
Right.
Nah, boo boo. So hear me, I'm all tough. Give me it. Let me have it. I'm reading the book. Give it to me. He like, you sure? He like, all right, fuck it. I put it in the book, close the book. Once I had it, I ain't want it no more. I'm going to jail. The motherfucking cop pulled up on the side of me to ask me when I'm reading. I thought I was going to jail. I thought he smelled the fear fart that I laid out. Because I just realized, you is dumb as hell. He can write books in jail. Bitch, what you gonna do in jail? Like, I can't go to jail. And that shit was playing in my head like, I ain't want to ride, I ain't want to die. I just wanted my mama. So right now, ride or die is not really pertaining to where I'm at in my life right now. I can ride, but the bitch ain't gonna die. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My butt cheeks got so tight. When that motherfucker said, what you reading? Me, I want a quarter pound of weed? No, sir. Stephen King. I'm putting silent and scared. Stephen King. Sir, Captain, sir. It's always the 10th.
You're watching Conversations with Yaya?
Oh my God.
You talking about the ride or die chick?
No. Just ride.
What the hell was that?
Don't die. Ride. A PSA for me. Just ride for your peoples. Whether it's your man, whether it's your kid. But don't die for them. Because self-preservation is the first law of man. Ride.
Here's the thing.
Don't die.
Hold on. Here's the thing. Like, so where do you think that derives from? Where we get this, we feel like we have to take care of everybody. What do you think happened?
I think it started many generations ago. I think it started with like our grandmothers, because even before that, because when they were slaves and they took the husbands away, the woman had to fend for her children and everything, and it just kept going generation from generation. So like, let's say in the 20s, 30s, or 40s, when there was wars and those men had to go away, them women had to fend for their children, and they became the providers. Even though we hold it down regardless, they became the providers, and it just passed on from generation. That's a strength that we all inherit.
It's also a talent.
Well, let me ask you this though. So the ride or die chick now is, my man go to jail, I got him. Well, hold on. Let me say this. Why is it that women don't ride for a guy that's struggling, broke, going to college?
Well, we trying to say all women.
No, I'm just saying, okay. Disclaimer, not all women. I ain't going to keep saying not all. Y'all get it, right? So it's like, why do people feel like they can ride or die for a man that potentially, because everybody that goes to jail is a criminal and it is wrong, and but why is it that they want to ride for the guy that goes to jail, but not the guy that's going to college or the guy that's starting that first job that's trying to work his way up?
Let me say this.
What is that?
My mother always used to say it starts at home. Okay? So, if you in the street and you live in that street life, that's what your perception is going to be. Oh, my man is out here, he's throwing bricks at the penitentiary to make sure that I got this, and that. Whereas in my mind, you can go out there and get that yourself. But a woman with that kind of mentality is thinking, I I gotta look out for him like he looked out for me. So if he go to jail, I gotta do this bid.
Yeah,
Now I myself, as a young woman, I've done a bid for somebody for 3.5 years. 3.5 years every weekend. I never missed a weekend. I went from Friday to Sunday because that was an 8-hour ride to go to Attica. So
Lord.
you got there Friday night, you got to the jail Saturday morning. By the time you finished Saturday afternoon, by the time you got home, it was Saturday night, damn near Sunday morning.
And you did that ride how many,
I did that
how
for
many years?
3.5 years and never missed a weekend.
Oh,
Okay?
Shit.
And I was loyal because that's the way I was raised. You understand? Whether it be your boyfriend, your homegirl, whoever you cool with, you got a love for them. The energies is connecting. You got to look out for that person. You
No,
got
I've
to
done
take care of that
it.
person.
I've done it. I've
I
done
mean,
it
we
for my
all
brother. I've done it for homies where it's
Me
like,
too.
and I'm talking about long ass bits. I ain't talking about no 1 to 3s. But
I half-ass bid. I ain't even gonna
but I
lie.
feel like this.
I'm with you. I drop you a line of 2. Say you're
No, when
you
you
something.
younger
When
or
it's your
something.
close friends, right? It's
But
different.
I feel like what makes us, I get, okay, how you're raised, whatever, but at what point do we say, yo, this is not fair?
Because we're women and we're natural born nurturers. So we feel like we got to make sure that they all right because most of the time if a brother get locked up, if his immediate family or he ain't got a chick that's riding with him, I know what it's like because I worked in a prison.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know what it's like when they don't
You're a
get.
former CO, right?
I'm a former CO.
Yes.
So when you see that they're not getting any visits and how it affects them and how their mentality changes, you want to make sure that you're there. Even when I was a CO, I went to visit my cousin. I had to get special permission and all of that, but it didn't deter me from making
Right.
sure that my cousin was all right.
Because they not
You understand what I'm
they've
saying?
done. I get that.
But-
And that's the nurturing in us.
Right? But then it gets to a point where it starts to affect us.
It's gifts and the
Because
curse.
we doing that bit with them. It's like we in jail with
But
them.
not just with the bid, just with, like,
Nice.
period. Giving. Because now being a ride or die becomes a badge of honor,
Yeah.
right? So now it gets addictive, I feel like.
Right.
And everybody know, yeah,
Right.
she gonna hold
I
it
can
down.
count
Because
on
you're
Right?
not happy. You're not happy unless you're making somebody else happy.
Right. But then what happens when it gets ride or die, that's done with now. People just depend on you to do so much, and now it's affecting you, it's killing you. You're sick, you're tired,
Oh, Lord.
you're
I've
stressed,
been there.
you have anxiety, and then
Lord.
there's nobody around. And then,
Can't call nobody.
but hold on, because what happens is when you're not calling and you're not present, people are feeling like, oh, she acting funny,
Right.
she not around.
She brand new.
No,
You're
I'm
funny
over here
style.
sick, and you don't
Right.
even know it.
Nigga, I'm
because-
dying inside. I'm dying. I'm
Okay.
dying
I
right
had a
now.
conversation
So,
earlier and I
about
said that I have friends that will only call me when they need prayer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or my thing is like if we down for each other, we down for each other, and us being strong women, everybody gets to depend on us. But who do we depend on? When
Right.
like I just told you, I shut down for a whole week. I just needed that week to get me together because I'm
Ain't nobody
always
else gonna
carrying
get you
everybody
together.
else's burden. Oh, I lost my job. I need a job. Hold on, let me see if I can link up with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
And then they fuck up the job,
I
you get 'em.
I ain't got this, I ain't got that.
Oh,
Let
wait a
me
minute.
see if I can get a
Fucking fix
resource
it.
with
You
you.
got a situation?
I always have situations, You can't hire your auntie, cousin, uncle, friend, whatever.
Nope.
They going to work, they coming in late, they making excuses. You know how we get. We breaking longer than everybody else. We coming late, we
You
leaving
my
early.
family, you ain't
And
gonna
not
fire
even
me.
understanding that this is
It's
my
affecting-
name
it's
that you
affecting
have
you.
on the line. And if you coming through on the strength from tree or the strength of strength being strong, act accordingly because this is for you.
But here's a
And
question.
you messing up for the person that could come behind you.
What are we supposed to do because we always feel like we got to carry everybody else? What do we do when we're going through it?
I think it's sickness. I'm not gonna lie. I think
I agree.
we have a condition.
I agree.
I'm gonna speak for myself.
We were conditioned.
Agreed.
We were conditioned.
Because I'm gonna speak
To
for
be that
myself.
way.
As I mentioned earlier, I had a situation where this whole fall and winter, I was having panic attacks and nobody knew.
Jesus, and nobody know. Hello.
I'm breaking out in hives in the train station in the dead of the winter, stripping off my winter coat, elbowing people on the train, freaking out. My daughter could attest to that day when we ordered the pizza and you was out there getting the pizza and Yolanda came and y'all sat at the foot of my bed and they was looking at me like,
Not even
okay,
understanding
what the
that
hell?
it's real thing.
I didn't understand.
And then turn
That's the
it right
crazy thing. But I thought back when I came up out of that smoke because it was bad.
Mhm.
I'm coming home every day, just going in my room, laying down, not wanting to talk. I got a kid that I'm supposed to communicate with,
Right.
and I couldn't do that. So she's feeling like you always neglecting me or you don't communicate with me, and I'm like, yo, I can't even explain to you.
You can't even put it to words.
I can't
You
tell
wrap
you.
your mind around.
Because it ain't you. You
You're
understand? It's
overload.
not you
You're
at all.
overload.
It has nothing
It's
to do
like a
with you.
short circuit.
Right? So you come home and you tired and you just want to go lay down and you just in this world where you're like, all the people I saved, ain't nobody here to save me.
Yes.
And you think about all the people that I call every day to reach out to just to say, hey, you all right? I ain't hear from you. You ain't posting nothing on Facebook. You ain't
What's
doing
up
that.
with you?
What's up? Because you just in tune with people. You understand what I'm saying? But everybody ain't in tune with you. So when I'm laying in my bed and I'm breaking on highs and I'm not talking to nobody, it's she acting funny and it's all this weird shit. Why you ain't pick up a phone to make sure I'm okay?
That's all
Because I'm the
saying.
strong friend that's
Right,
always making sure that y'all
I don't
okay.
need it. I don't need it.
I'm still human.
Either you acting funny or she alright.
She'll be alright. She got it. It's her.
That's crazy.
And that's not the truth, because the strong friend is usually
The
sometimes
most weakest.
the weakest, and not weak in a sense where she's weak because she appears so strong for everybody. She appears that way because that's her job. That's what she was called to do. Not knowing that she also has her problems. She also has
and
issues
helping
that
people helps
sometimes-
her.
That sometimes
Right.
she can't express to other people.
Well, let me just say this. For me, I feel like I help people, so I ain't gotta help myself. And that's just my way. And I feel like it definitely is a sickness. Because if I'm helping this one, and this one, by that time the day is over. It's 3 a.m. and I'm trying to quiet my own mind to get to sleep. So if I'm distracted with them, I feel like I use people as a distraction.
Me
so
too.
I don't have to look at myself and really give myself that look like, you know what, you could do A, B,
I
C,
realize
whatever,
that, yeah.
as opposed to 1, 2, 3. You have to understand and learn that we have to look out for ourselves first. Because me, I can break down. Like, I do my best crying in the shower in the middle of the night. Nobody's around. That is like my best time. It is cathartic. It just lets me cleanse.
Good thing
And I feel like I lose 5 pounds
That's
every
an
single
ugly
time.
cry.
No, because when you
I'm
have
like
children,
breaking down.
right? I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off.
That's all right, bro.
Because it's also like when you have children, because that ain't for them.
No.
You know, you don't want
They
to
gotta be
take
a
off.
child.
So it's like you in that shower,
Oh,
and
God.
now I'm in a place of I could be on a train. I don't care. I be on that train bugging sometimes with my headphones on, especially I put some gospel music on.
You gotta
Some goddamn.
You gotta catch yourself from doing
Come on, we fall down. Come on, I'm like this. You be on a train looking, y'all ain't never gonna see me again. I'm catching the 8:30 train tomorrow. Fuck y'all. But I just be sitting there like, yo, I learned that when I'm having my moment, I'm gonna have it wherever I'm at.
And you gotta check it because God meets you where you are. God meets you where you are.
It's so funny because a couple months ago, right, when I was homeless and I started doing Uber, I was in a hotel and it was pouring raining like it is today, and I just dropped somebody off and I was like, that's it. I don't know what I was feeling or why I was feeling the way I was feeling, despite what I was going through. I'm still feeling happy. I don't know, I just pulled over off that Garden State going south. On exit 42, and I came out that car in the pouring rain. I was shouting, hollering,
I know that's
crying.
right.
You better give it up. Give it to God.
So sometimes I don't know.
God meets you where you are.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
When you're in tuned,
With
when you're in
God.
tuned with, you know, with what's happening to you, and you own it, because
Gotta
you
check
gotta,
in.
you gotta own it for you
You
to
gotta go
release
deep.
it, right? You gotta own it for you to release it, and if you don't do that,
And I
It's
gotta
like
say,
the onion.
I used to be a runner. In other words, I would try to run for, like you say, you keep yourself busy, you helping everybody else.
Yes, Lord.
I would fill myself with everybody else so that I wouldn't have to face myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I had a real bad breakdown where I just felt like, you know what? You can't be strong for everybody else if you ain't strong for you.
Right.
You know, stop giving so much of you to everybody
Right,
else.
right.
So something that my oldest brother told me, he said, you have to learn to be selfish with yourself.
You got to.
Yes.
You got to be.
And I just
Got to
began,
be.
I never knew nothing about meditation, but I just sat on the
I still
floor in
can't
my
meditate.
bedroom and I said nothing. And
I'm
I just sat
unfocused.
there and I just let my mind be free. You know what I mean? And then I got up and I looked in that mirror and I said, damn it, don't worry about what nobody think about you. Don't worry about what nobody say. You are beautiful.
Yeah.
You
You are
love
strong.
yourself.
And you are
if I
kind.
can't love me, I cannot love
Love
you.
nobody
Come on
else.
now.
If I'm not loving me and I'm supposedly loving you, it's some phony love. I gotta love me first.
Because it
You know?
starts here.
So I had to learn to stop
girl in
explaining
the
myself
glass.
to people.
You know, that was enough. I said what I
And
said.
you know what? And also being okay with not showing up for somebody.
Somebody.
Right.
I can't help you today.
I said what I said.
What the fuck? much.
And people get attitude.
My thing is like,
I said
respect
what I
my
said.
no's like you respect my yeses. If I say no, it's no.
It's no.
You happy when I say
But
yes?
how long did it take you to get to saying
Oh,
no?
And you don't
man.
understand.
I would
Let me tell
always
y'all
be
something.
worried. Like, what they
Let me
gonna
say this.
Whatever.
They gonna be mad at me. Well, guess what? When you mad at me, you mad at yourself. That's your problem.
It don't have nothing to do with
Yes.
me. I had a dope fiend tell me, he said, Charlotte, we will ride you until you broken. And you know what we do once you break down? We ride another motherfucker. Do not let
Wow.
anybody ride you until you broke. You gotta tell motherfuckers, get off.
Wow.
Get off of me and let me have my space. He said, you can't give in. He said, even me. I'm in and out of sobriety. He said, girl, I will ride you. I will $2 you till you ain't got another dime.
Wow.
And when you broke, I'm gonna go to somebody else. So keep that in mind the next time I ask you for $2.
Let me ask you this. What was your lowest point? Like, what was the point?
Ooh, Lord Jesus.
I'll let you go. You sound like you got something you want to say.
Oh man,
I'm gonna have to go to my flash
I
on
was
this low
dealing
point.
with a man that was the most gorgeous thing that I had ever seen in my life, and I was just like honored that he wanted to be with me. Tall, dark, curly hair.
Not the good hair, not the good hair.
Indian
You want the good hair, chick,
You was dating
Joe.
Sagittarius?
Yes.
You was dating
You took my good hair, baby.
Tall, nice physique.
You a sister?
Yeah, Indian
And
hair.
I was like, you know, saying
No,
that's
she
when.
did not.
Look, shut up, you fool.
He have Indian in his family.
Yes, he
You know
has
that
Indian
shit
in
in
his
China,
family.
chicken dog.
He was terrible.
Wait, is that regular class? What
This
is
is
that?
a case of emergency.
Conversations with Yaya.
Glass bracelet situation. And when she said
You
it
gotta
goes
give me
down
on
on
my
the wrist.
birthday.
Can I finish? Can I explain? Can I expound on me? When she said good hair, it gave me a flashback that I needed something stronger than this nice prissy drink I was making all day. This is the brown that helped me come back around.
I know that's
that
right.
good hair will fuck you up in life.
She should have been on Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Finish. I'm so
But
sorry.
anyway.
Cena,
So,
Please finish.
You know, when you're young, love is a whole different thing than when you get to your 40s.
hear me, child.
I was in my 20s, and I thought he was God's green earth. And this man put me through so much. And I'm talking, I was that dumb chick. I won't say dumb chick, I was that naive chick. You know, I gave income tax checks because we was flipping that
Not
money.
to Texas.
Yeah.
You gonna do taxes?
Oh, I made sure
You
that
gonna help?
we looked
The Uncle
good
Sam?
together. Oh, what?
He put the income tax. You trusted him.
Hey,
so
Sus.
So you worked all year. You trusted him.
Yes, trusted.
Hey, Sus, you gave up the income tax.
I gave up the
This
taxes.
is some new shit.
But I'm being real though. You understand?
Okay.
No judgment.
That's all.
Now listen, I
Yeah.
give up the taxes, all of that. You know, I'm riding. I think I'm riding. You know, and I'm showing
You
him.
was riding.
I'm showing him that I'm
But
there.
you super
But
right.
he ain't showing me nothing.
But you didn't know that at the
But
time.
I didn't know that.
Because you too busy
I
loving.
also didn't know that he was a drug abuser. So a couple of times, he held me hostage. Put a gun to my head, all that stuff. Now, I don't care how street you think you are. When you're in a situation where you don't know whether you want to live or you want to die, all that shit go out the window.
Holla.
Okay? So after all of that, now mind you, I got a kid at home with my mother. My mother's paging me. Wasn't no cell phones then. Come home, your daughter's sick. Come home, your daughter's sick. I can't leave because I'm scared he's gonna shoot me.
Oh.
Okay? So after that, his mother came the next morning and she snuck me out. I had no money. I was making like
How
$60,000, $70,000.
How did the mother
a year.
know? What the hell?
She knew because she knew her son.
Oh, yeah, they
So
know
she
they
came
son.
and she snuck me out. I had no money. She gave me $5 and put me on the train. And she said, Cena, I know that you love my son. She said, but if he wasn't on those drugs like he is, he might love you back. She said, but don't ever come back here. She said, I love you so much that I want you to know that I don't want you to ever come back here because he's going to destroy you. And I went home and I told my mother, I said, listen, I just need you to listen to me. I don't want your opinion because I already mentally beat myself up. And I'm telling her, she's like, are you on crack? I'm like, no. I'm telling her, you know, I was giving all my money to this man because I really believed in him. And she said, you stupid. And that crushed me. It crushed me. So I wasn't thinking about nobody else but myself. I was being selfish at the time. And I went in the bathroom and I took 25 muscle relaxers. I took 25 painkillers. And I called my best friend and that's what I said, saved my life because I was dead. And I said, listen, I just took a whole bunch of pills. I just don't want to deal with this anymore. She lived in Far Rockaway. I lived in Red Hook. She got to my house in 10 minutes. Okay? I was in ICU for 7 days, unconscious for 4. When I came to, the only thing I thought about was my baby. I had a daughter that was less than 2 years old. And I was willing to leave her here because I let somebody break me down mentally. So after that, I just refused. I said, listen, you focus on you. You know, what kind of example am I going to be to my kid if I'm showing weakness? But yet, I was always the person that was always taking care of everybody else. And I had to learn to love me. Because I love everybody else more than me. I didn't care what I looked like. If I made you look good, that's what I was going to do. Because you needed it at the time. That's the way I felt.
You needed more.
Not anymore.
Well, that's right.
Anymore.
Cheers to not anymore.
I'm sorry, y'all.
No, don't be
I
sorry.
don't want to mess up
The truth is the light, and it will set you free. Don't you feel free
I
right
had
now?
to get that out. I
You
had
feel
to get
free?
it out, yes.
It's cathartic, baby.
I had to
Oh
get
my
that
Let it
out.
out.
Yeah.
Your low point. Your low
That was
point.
beautiful and restoring.
Damn.
If you had a lot, pick one.
I feel like my lowest point is when my dad died. The reason because I feel like my lowest point was when my dad died. I didn't know my father for 20 years. My mom met a man and she wanted to get married. So now I'm looking on the search to find my dad because my mom needs, black people don't get divorced, So I gotta find him so he can sign the papers so my mom can get married. Some man calls my job and he says, ha, I'm your daddy. Sure enough, he's my father. He's living in the halfway house. He's living in Syracuse. Whatever's going on, we go see him. And he's all, my sister, everybody's all happy to see him. Me, I ain't got no nothing for nobody. I don't care, grandkids, whatever's going on. So then he calls me maybe like 2 weeks after we meet. He wants me to be his health proxy. I'm like, I don't know you. You're a stranger to me. I don't want to be a health proxy. I don't be anything because you don't want your life in my hands. I don't know you like that. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe a week to the day, he had an aneurysm and a stroke. Now we back in, and I said my mother's my person. But on the way up, we rode up in a blizzard to go see him. Meanwhile, I see this man 3 times in like 30 years, maybe if that. So we riding up to my mother's face in storm. It's like 6 inches of snow, everything going on, and I'm having like the breakdown of all breakdowns because I'm mad. I don't want to go.
Right.
I don't know this motherfucker. I don't know what's going on. Ain't nobody been there for me. I've been through a lot of shit. Like, I was molested at 8 years old. Like, not no play shit, not no touch. Like, real serious mental shit that a lesser person would break down for. And I'm like, why should I show up for him, for his last breath? That motherfucker wasn't there for me.
Exactly.
I don't know what's going on. And I had my mother pull over to the side of the road, and I just sat in the snow for maybe an hour before we can just get back on the road and go. And then when we got there, he's all tubed up, everything up. I ain't got a tear. My sister's fucking falling out. All drama of all the queen. I don't have nothing. No tears. No. Even to this day, right now, I hear Dance with My Father by Luther. I don't want to dance with my father. Change the station. Because that, for
that
me,
broke you that moment.
that broke me that moment that I feel like I always was searching for love in all the wrong places because he was not there. I remember him calling like, Christmas, I'm gonna bring you a gift. He never showed up. But the people across the street, they robbed us. So we woke up to nothing for Christmas. In my mind, he coming with candy doll. I hate them dolls to this day. Candy, white Barbie, all them bitches. Because he never showed up. I didn't hear from him until 20 years later. So for me, that is like a low
I think
situation.
we all share that same thing with
Just a disappointment.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I
was
was close with my father emotionally,
Okay.
which was so crazy. And I realized that throughout all of my relationships, I've repeated the same fucking thing. I didn't realize it until I came out on the other side.
Exactly.
You understand?
Because you don't see it.
You want to look at your patterns.
Of course you don't see it.
And I'm like, yo, my father left when I was 7. Whatever. Okay, fine. He showed back up when I was like 18. But at this point, I'm in this wild relationship. I'm getting dragged through the streets of Brooklyn. And I blamed him. Like, yo, I wouldn't be going through this if I had somebody to protect me.
Tell me what not to do.
All that, right? So it took me a while to get through that, get over that, fight through that. You can't have daddy issues forever, but they linger. They away.
It would never. I think as long as we're alive and we're women,
they
we'll
show
have
up,
that
but you
issue.
can't let them overpower you.
Exactly.
But they overpower all of my relationships to where I was able to be in these relationships with men that weren't really showing up for me the way I deserved, but I was emotionally attached to them. So I was okay with you being gone for a week or 2, or going out of town, or being wherever you wanted to be, because I've been dealing with that since I was 6. You know, you understand what I'm saying? It's sick, right? But so my father passed away in 2014, and it was sudden. You know, we were in contact and all that stuff, but you know, we got a call from the hospital. Hey, listen, you guys need to show up. whatever. We like, stroke for what? What the fuck? And they like, the cancer is taking over. We like, what cancer? We didn't know he had cancer. We talking to this man Christmas, all these holidays. Now here it is early January, he's about to die. I found out on Wednesday he had cancer. He died that Friday night when family was in the airport on their way to go check on him. They got the call like he didn't pass. So my brothers had to go bury my father after not seeing him all these years, as opposed to being by his bedside and say, Dad, we're here. We love you regardless. Because we still was on that. We love you regardless. You know, whatever it is. And so when he passed away, I feel like that was it for me. Like, it literally,
I'm telling you.
it's like death brought life for me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, when he passed, of course, I mourned. I was devastated. I couldn't even breathe in here. But after I came out of it, I was just like,
you were able to see.
I felt the peace over
ever
me.
think about it this way? He died for you to live.
Yes.
He died for
yes.
you to live. Come down now.
No, I felt that way because I was like, damn, you hold these things in your body. Because my mother was a ride or die. They came from Jamaica together. My mother was the, oh, man.
The original root girl. You were really like that girl, man. You know,
Shout out to you, Ma.
What's all I doing?
That's just what it was. So it's like when he died, it's like it put an end to a lot of shit across the whole joint,
I want every black man to know, and this is coming from my heart. If you have children, I don't care whether it's a girl or a boy. I don't care what you're going through with that mother. Seek out your children, because you don't know the scars, the burdens that we carry around for you not being there. I didn't have my father. My father denied me before I was even born, okay? All my brothers are light with blue, green eyes. I look just like my mother, so it was easy for him to say, she ain't mine. I would watch my father come, pick my brothers up, and leave me there. Wouldn't even speak to me. My father didn't acknowledge me until 1993. But I'm good with that, because you know what I said to him? I still love you. I'm always going to love you. And y'all were young then. So it's three sides to the story. Your side, her side,
and the truth.
You understand
and
what
it will
I'm saying?
set you free
and
every
I accept
time.
him for that. But I haven't talked to my father in years, and I'm fine with that, because my mother has always been my rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not having that father figure around. I had a stepfather who was my world. But it's nothing like having your real father. And when you don't have that male figure around to show you that strength, that security, we become vulnerable. You said you were what, 6? 7? You were 8. I was 5. And I can still tell you to this day how it happened. What my mother's house looked like. How my cousin that was babysitting.
You never forget.
Let her brother in.
Scarred beyond
that's
belief.
who molested me. I know everything that he did to me.
Scarred beyond belief.
You understand what I'm saying?
So
because I was trusting. Because I didn't have that male figure to let me know. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't hold that against anybody, because you just don't know at that age.
I can't dwell. I can't dwell because it would cripple me.
But I didn't say
dwell on shit,
I didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything either. I told my mother when I was 25 years old. I told her at a Red Lobster, and she broke down.
Well, let me ask y'all this. Y'all think with everything you experienced from young, fathers, abandonment, molestation, do you think that contributed to the whole ride or die, take care of everybody?
Definitely.
Because nobody took care of me.
Definitely.
And I want to make sure nobody go through what I went through. Type of thing.
And again, because I feel like I'm an onion. I'm a big old red ass onion. You peel that bitch back, I'm crying like crazy. But it takes too much to peel back the layers. And if I got time to be messing around in the salad, I'm messing with you on the kale, I got you on the tomatoes, you on the cheese, I don't need to fucking see what's happening with the onion. Because everybody don't like onions in their salad. And that's my whole personal shit, because it's too many layers. I like to help, so I don't have to be distracted by the deepest what I feel. I've just recently found out, I feel like I'm an empath. I let people pour into me. I'm a sponge. I soak up everything. I can't watch the news. I can't talk to people. I cry for everything. And people tell me, Charlotte is mean as shit. But the people that really know me, they know that shit ain't true. I'm a sucker for real.
Don't say me.
I get the same thing.
I'm a sucker for real. I don't answer calls 3, 4 in the morning. I done fed people that left me
We are
hungry.
the sweetest, most giving women in the world.
Because we're selfless.
Across us.
We're selfless.
Ooh, baby.
We are
And
very
it still
selfless.
takes me. It depends on your level of crossness.
I'm not vengeful. I've learned that I'm 50 years old.
Holler for your 50 because you know you're popping.
And
You
he
know
said,
that's 50.
I'm 50 years old, and going through my 40s, leading into my 50s, I learned how to maneuver. I can walk away from a situation. I can walk away from a person. You might have hurt me real bad internally, but the only way I'm going to see closure, the only way I'm going to heal from this is to remove myself from you. Like I said, I'm big on energy. If your energy ain't correct with you, and this goes to friends that I've been friends with for years. If you feel like, oh, she acting funny, nah. Your energy ain't right with mine.
Come on
So I
now.
gotta keep myself
But
away.
what do you have for somebody that's not 50? Do they have to wait till they get to 50?
No, everybody.
What do you have for somebody who needs to
No,
cut
now.
that shit short now? You know, because
But
you
in the
have
end,
let me
young,
say this.
hold on, I ain't gonna cut you, but like real quick. So you have these girls, like I watch the news and I show my daughter, I be here crying, flipping on her. Because you have these young girls you see on the news where they go with their friends someplace, they wind up dead in freezers,
Yep.
they wind up dead in the train tracks. It's crazy. Because the energy ain't right, people ain't really for you. The shit is fucked up out there. You don't want somebody to wait till they get to 50 years old to know how to
I'm gonna say
maneuver.
this again. I said it earlier. It starts at home, right? Some of us are fortunate enough to have those strong queens, our mothers, those ride or dies from back in the days. Like you said, your mother was the original gangster from Jamaica. She took care of her family no matter what, by any means necessary.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So when you are like that, there's nothing that's going to stop you from making sure that you take care of everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to take care of everybody because you feel that if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. And we don't like to see other people suffer. But there comes a time where you have to be selfish. You have to say, listen, I had to learn through my health that I was taking on too much. I was taking on too many people.
Yep.
Everybody you don't have to be a close friend of mine. If you give me a story,
Girl, I'm a sucker for
God.
Don't
Oh, this
You
girl,
know I'm a
I'm
sucker.
like
You
I
tell me
tell
something.
my daughter,
I'm to the curb with you, Lord.
everybody has a motive, and it's up to you to figure out what that motive
We done
is.
rocked the plenty of nights. Me and this mother, we done rocked. Whoa.
Listen, people don't have to know you, but they can feel, they can sense
Yes.
that
Didn't we
heart.
just say that?
They can sense that, and they say, "Oh, I'm gonna work on them heartstrings." And like you said, do it take for you to get 50? No, it just takes for you to get to the point where you're frustrated. It took me longer because I just let it go on for long enough. But then I said, you know what? I'm tired. I can't listen. My
I'm
daughter's
tired like
grown.
Tide.
My daughter is grown now.
Tide.
My daughter will be 24, but I'm an old school parent. My daughter still won't curse in front of me. My daughter will still call me and say, listen, I'm going to such and such and such. Because that's the way I raised her. Me and the village.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That village is very, very important. You know what I mean? But I can't take all the credit, but I take what credit I need to take because I've come up very, very long
You better
way.
talk about it. I ain't where I want to be, but I ain't where I
Let
used
me
to be.
say this. Where are you now? I'm gonna start with you. We're gonna go around real quick. Where are you now in terms of being a ride or die, giving, and then you finally just took your shit back?
Oh
and
my
you're like,
God. Where I am now, just recently, I was telling you earlier that I just took a social media break because I needed that time to just disconnect from everything, disconnect from people, disconnect from news, disconnect from media, and just work on me, work on what it is I need for me to be good to me in order for me to help anybody else moving forward. As far as a ride or die, the power of no is a full sentence. It's powerful and it means something. So therefore use it. Stop cutting off your nose to spite your face to say face, oh, you're helping somebody. No, you can't do it. You can't do it. That's it. Trust me, they're gonna go find another donkey to go ride.
You better say it.
You're done. You're finished. It's over. And for me, that's where I'm at right now. I'm not riding for nobody. I'm riding for me.
Yeah.
If I feel in my spirit and get convicted that I have to help you, then I will. Until then, no. I'll let you figure it out for yourself. Yes, sir. So no.
That's fair.
You.
Where I'm now, I'm ride or ride. I'm not dying. I done told y'all before. It's ride or ride. I'm not dying unless it's for my kid or my husband and he ride a ride. I just feel like right now where I'm at in my life is love me or leave me alone. You can't respect where I'm at, what I'm doing. Meet me where I am because I meet you where you are. You go high, I go high. You go low, we in the streets. We in the gutter. And that's where I'm at with mine. Ride or ride, always.
Boom. See you.
I'm just living for me right now. You know what I mean? I'm living for me. I've been at death's door 2 times. You know, I know what it feels like to think that you want to take your last breath. I'm not afraid of death, but I ain't ready to go yet.
Come
on.
So I have to live.
We don't want you to go
I
yet.
have to live.
No, I
for
need
me.
you the same.
I had
and
to
live life with
really,
me.
really learn to don't feel bad about wanting to be happy. Don't feel bad about wanting to do for me.
Because it's
So I
yours.
live for me. My kid is grown. I have grandchildren. I get them when I want them.
Yeah.
And I send them back. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I cannot allow anybody, and this is family, children included, take me to a place where I'm going to get sick because I'm taking in all of your stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm living for me. I don't know when my last day. Tomorrow's not promised.
Okay.
And you now? Where you at?
I treat my life like a bank now.
Mm.
So pretty much, you can't withdraw and withdraw and withdraw from me unless you deposit into.
Because
Come
you
on
overdrafted.
You're not finna overdraft my life.
No overdraft. You're not finna do it. You're not finna do it.
You're not
Even
over-
if you got good hair.
You're not overdrafting my life. I'm not gonna be left negative. I'm not gonna be left fucked up. I'm not gonna be left depleted. And you just taking.
Right.
That's everybody, whoever. Like,
That's right.
you're just gonna take from me and you're not depositing
Right.
nothing. So I can give. I'm never gonna stop being a giver.
You can't.
I'm never gonna
Because
stop
that's
being
who
me.
you are.
That's who I am, and I love being that person. But now I'm more aware of, you give so much because it makes you happy, but you don't pay attention to who's taking and not giving back.
Oh, yes.
Then you
I'm
wind up,
appreciative of it.
You empty.
but then you wind up fucked up with anxiety, and these motherfuckers ain't around. So now you depressed.
What?
So now I'm aware. So it's like, okay,
But you know what
you need something from me, I need something from you. I don't know you same time,
Come on,
man. We gotta work this out.
It's a transaction.
I call that finding your power.
Yeah.
You
I found
finally-
it.
You finally found
I found
the power
that
that was
shit.
in
The power
you've
within.
always
You
been
tap
powerful,
into.
but you've
But you
been
gotta
powerful
tap
for
into
everybody
it.
else.
Better
Now you
walk
gotta
into
tap
it.
into
I found it for myself. I'm glad you ladies.
Amen.
I'm still looking. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still looking for a lot of the powers that I give to
But
other
you're not
people.
where you used to be.
Yeah, this is true.
It's like you get to the point now where you have lived so much. You in the second,
Mother has lived.
You in the second half of your life. You don't have time. Nobody has time for
Mother has
people just
lived.
taking and beating them
and
down.
not giving nothing up.
Can I give this quick testimony?
Yes. And then we
When
going.
you say we've come so far, right?
By faith, every
We
day.
never satisfied. We always our biggest critics. We always want better. We always want more. But there are days that I can turn the key and walk in my house, and it don't be the spot. It don't be clean or spotless. It's lived in, right?
I live in.
But I walk in that door and I say, "Thank you, Jesus,"
Mm.
because I look at where I've come from.
Shit now.
Sometimes I have to catch myself. Excuse my French, but bitch, get that bougie shit up out of here.
Come on
Because
now.
as quick as you got it, you can
You can lose it just
Come
like
on
that.
now.
Remember
Just
where
like
you
that.
came from.
Snap it.
Come on.
Snap
Don't be,
it on up now.
don't be too better than you. You
Don't
understand
get-
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
all right, say
Let's
it
not
again.
forget.
Don't be too better than you.
One more time.
Don't be too better than you.
I like that.
You know what I mean? And I have to say to myself, you know what? I thank you. I thank you
Yes, yes,
to my
yes.
Creator
Yes.
because
Because it
had
is
it not been for
conversation with
Him,
you.
shut up.
Converse with me.
I'm not conversating.
Converse.
Because you know that's not a word. Another PSA. Conversate is not a word. You converse, you talk to, you can even kick it, but you do not conversate.
listen, you
I don't
will
care what
never-
Beyonce say, and I stand for her. We converse.
You would
like
never
minds.
conversate
Right.
with me.
We converse. Or have a conversation. As is with Yaya. Hence this fan. No shade. We love
What
y'all.
was your best conversation with yourself?
All day.
Oh, I talk to myself and answer back all the
day.
time.
Yes, I do.
I answer back. You know that's signs of association.
I think
But I'm good though.
I be in the schools doing
I
it.
talk to myself.
I be
I'm
so
like, you
wrapped
know
up
what,
in
you
my
don't
own
need that.
head.
You know
You
what?
see, I was making the drinks and she was like, what you doing? I was like, putting the drink on the third line, putting the vodka on the fourth line, putting the juice in, and now we gonna drink it, and now we gonna drink it, and my cup is empty.
Any final words real quick? Anything you want to say to somebody in 30 seconds or less?
Ride or ride.
Anybody that's riding and dying though.
No
Like,
dying.
you're
Ride.
doing too much.
only. Bitch, ride.
I just want to say
Can't
I love
die.
everybody, regardless
dying.
whether
I'm
you
not
done
dying
me
for
wrong,
y'all.
you crossed me, betrayed me or not. I love everybody. I'm forgiven. I don't forget, but I'm in a higher place.
Amen.
I'm in a higher place.
Man.
And let the church say
Go.
amen.
Amen.
Give 30 seconds of your time.
Oh
Real
my
quick.
God, 30 seconds.
Even
of my
15,
time.
honey. You ain't gotta be that long.
Find yourself. Find your power. Find your truth. Live it.
Wow.
Stand in it. And whatever anybody else say, it ain't about you. It's all about them.
Amen.
Well, you know I'm about to open the church called the New Hope Hustle Church, non-denominational, so we can hustle hope and non-judgmental. And I just want y'all to know that we hustle hope around these parts.
What is wrong with
And I
you?
want y'all to ride or ride. Do not die for nobody. Live for yourself. I'm not dying. Ride or ride all day. And as the Reverend me, y'all all welcome to join the New Hope Hustle non-denominational
Where's
church.
it located? Tell the people.
Oh, it's Conversation with Yaya on your set. A church of love and happiness. Because Al Green said it best.
We gonna be love and happiness. Make it too wrong. Love and happiness, everybody.
We are the
Conversations with
church.
Yaya.
Wow.
Get your best life.
Amen.
Amen.
Deuces.
We shall.